this mohawk. And I knew I would. So we're going to switch to trying to do some highlights on it here. Yeah, and I think that's a good way to do it. I know my Discord has a not particularly safe for work channel. You can just post it there, and then you gotta, like opt into going to that channel to see it. But I've never had the issue of anyone posting anything in there that that I felt the need to be like, hey, that's no good. That can't be posted here. And I don't know how I would handle it if that point did come. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking. I think. Unless I'm hating it. Which is it, brain? Do you like how this looks, or does it look terrible? Okay, you know what? We're gonna try something. Yeah, and I wonder why we all had that, because like I get, like everyone went through puberty and everyone had like a figure yourself out, not safe for work phase. Why did we all have a like? I know. Did everyone just go through an emo phase? Is that what it was? Yeah. And I'm not sure I'll ever like truly accept my edgy middle school work, but I know it definitely happened. That's a for sure. Okay. I think I'm liking this kind of general method better here. Ah, shoot. Okay, and then this part's gonna be Sorry, I'll look at your message in just a second. I need to... finish what I'm doing here while I've kind of got my brain on it. There, that looks so much better than whatever I was doing before. Ooh, that sounds like a difficult challenge to do. It sounds like a fun one, but like, huh. That sounds interesting to try to go like revert to an old style. Geez, I wonder how well I could even do that. Because like a lot of what makes up an older style is like not understanding what you were kind of going for or how to achieve it, you know? Nope. Right? Yeah, I'm interested in that one. I might try that one of these days. I don't know. I mean, I need to have time for it, but I think that'd be interesting. You know, because my chibi style has definitely evolved over the years. So even just going back to like a previous chibi style would be drastically different, let alone going back to like the style that like my old comics and stuff were in. Right? Oh. Gosh, okay, so I'm not the only one who has an old OC that like essentially the only thing that's the same about them now is their name. And you're maybe considering changing their name too. Like, they're definitely still them, but they've gone through so many changes, they're basically unrecognizable now. Good. Okay. I'm assuming that's kind of just like a normal artist thing to just like be like, you know what? Love this character, hate everything about them, let's try again. And it was a slower process than that though, you know. It was, oh, you know what, I think they're actually more like this, and then, you know, but I think they also wouldn't quite do that, and then, you know, and I think they might be a different gender, and you just keep going. And I know there's a part of you that's like, yeah, it's still the same character, but there's a part of you that's like, is this even the same character anymore? I've changed so many things. We've got quite a few of those. Oh, that happens all the time. Because, like, you know, you start writing a story in, like, elementary school, and then you're like, you know, it makes no sense for this character to be 12 just because I was 12 when I made them. I feel that my characters keep aging up. I've got a character. I think, yeah, they were in my my OC's video a while back. But I've got a character that I was like, you know, I never see any old characters in stories. I'm gonna have just like a really old character. So she's 32 years old, and I'm getting pretty close to that age and going, man, I thought 32 was like the oldest you could possibly be. Like, I don't know. Just in my brain that was like, that's like grandma age, right? Yep, I got one of those. It's definitely not a Sonic OC anymore, but it definitely was a Sonic OC. I think more characters than people realize, though, started out as fan characters and then kind of took on a life of their own. I'm not sure if it's not so much more than people realize or more than people would like to admit. Okay. Okay, I think we're getting there. Yep. Yeah, honestly, like, does anyone have a character that they started off with and then just kept it and were happy with it the entire time? Because that seems like the more unbelievable thing to me. Ooh, that's kind of a nifty way to go about with it. I like that. I like that idea a lot. I've got, I think more than changing characters, I have changing stories. I've got, like, it started out this, like, this type of storyline, and then I grew up and was like, you know what, though? That's not. No, actually, Squeeba used to be a fairy. And then we changed them to a ghost with when we rebranded to Chibitasm, or no, when we rebranded to Phantasm. That's right. We changed our mascot from a fairy to a ghost, which we didn't realize at the time meant that we absolutely just killed our mascot, but we did. We killed Squeeba. But yeah, Squeeba used to be a fairy. Now I've actually got like a whole like deep lore of Squeeba that I've been kind of brainstorming for a couple years now, but I haven't gotten enough of the details to a place I like them that I feel comfortable really writing it out yet. So it's one of those many back burner projects. But yeah, Squeeba used to be a fairy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Squeeba's got a. Well, like it was an accidental. We murdered Squeeba because we were like, we really like this character. We want to keep using them, So let's, since we're going with the Phantasm name, like how cool would it be to have like a ghost, like a phantasm, And then it was many, I think years actually later when we realized, oh my gosh, we actually murdered them. Oh, maybe they've been like a ghost fairy this whole time. And now there is a kind of a lore with them. I know it's not so much lore as it is like a character arc, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. They've definitely got like a personality and kind of a story, I guess. I know I haven't decided how exactly I want to present it, if that makes sense. How I want to tell the story, so I just really haven't yet. Because I don't know how to go about doing it. I need to one of these days, though. It's on my bucket list, I guess. Now, I've got this whole big list I keep on my phone of ideas that I have of things I want to make and things I want to do. And whenever I have free time, I kind of just go through it and decide what I want to work on based on that. Whatever kind of jumps out to me at the time or feels ready. And then I'll just kind of in my off time, I'll just kind of brainstorm things. I spend a lot of time thinking about things I want to do so that when I do get to the point that I'm actually sitting down to do them, I know what I'm doing going in. I know what I want to accomplish. Especially like with a comic, I'll basically have the entire setup and all of the dialogue ready before I even start. I'm at 10%. What the heck? This Electra's hair here, it's just the mohawk that's giving me such a hard time. Okay, yeah, I just have like the notes app. I'll update when I come up with an idea that I like and don't want to forget, because I forget things really easily. I need to go get the cord for this, so I'll be right back. Dee Dee got so excited when I went out there. I think he thought I was done and was going to spend time with him. And I'm not, and I feel bad now. I feel like I let my cat down. Okay, is that actually plugged in? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Once I get this working and looking how I want it to, it's going to look so cool. It's going to be so good. So the thing though is this hair does kind of go upwards and then backwards and then back around. Yeah. Yeah, Squeeba is definitely dead. That's a for sure that I know in the deep lore there. There's not a ton of for sure's in that deep lore, but I know the worst is when you have like an idea for something and it's so strong. It's like this is it. This is a thing that I have to put out into the world. I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna make this something, you know, and then none of the details come to you. And it's like years later when you're like, oh, that's how it makes sense. Okay. And you're like, well, all of my motivation to make this thing is gone now. I've moved on in my life. And now it's going to be like, hey, but you remember that story you started when you were like 12? Now's the time. Like, inspiration is such an incredibly fickle thing. Nope. No, I like that shading. I think maybe more of like a general, like a cross. Kind of map out the shape first and then erase from it rather than build it up. That'd be the way to go. I did not like that at all. Okay. I like it a little better, just kind of back there. So I want this to... Okay. I'm gonna move on and see if I still like that later. Yes. Yep. They're both from Starlight Express. Which I'm really gonna have to, like, see if I can find, like, a recording or something of. Because I'm, like, intimately familiar with a bunch of character designs now, at least. So I feel like I should know what it is, you know? A little better. A little less saturated on our shadows there. I think these ones in here need to be even brighter. Okay. Oop. Oh. Nope. I'm doing shadows first this time, I guess, and then I'll do more details. In my mind, I was kind of thinking of... Well, I was thinking it would be nice if I could figure out... There is, yeah. No, they're very, very detailed. And, I mean, they're cool character designs. Like, I think it would be really, really cool to see the production in person, because they're definitely made to be very, very flashy and very eye-catching from a distance for stage performing, you know? So I think it would be a really cool one to go see live. But I don't know as if I've ever heard of Starlight Express happening in Utah. Okay. Gosh. Okay, most of that is covered, so it's gonna be... Nope. Gosh, it would make more sense to make like a grid and then... I wish my dots would happen at the same size. This is really frustrating that, yeah, they're either not happening at all or they're... Oh yeah, it's probably because my battery's running low and my computer's mad at me. Yeah, but I was thinking if I can get the story figured out the way I want it, it would be nice to be able to drop some Squeebalore in October, because it's spoopy time, and that would be a good time to be like, hey, you know, my ghost, they got some stuff going on, you know? But that's a big, if I can figure out exactly what I want. Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, like, I don't know if I want to do, like... Thank you. It makes me really happy that you're excited about it. I don't know. Squidtober. Yes. It's the new Inktober, but just me. My own personal challenge. Can I figure out the lore of my own character? I mean, same. I get that. I don't know, the thing is, like, everyone puts, like, so much work and thought into stories, and, you know, when you watch a show, it's, like, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be the same thing the algorithms decided would sell last year, so they wrote it again because it sold 1 million copies, you know? But when you hear about someone's OC, it's going to be different each time, and, like, there's going to be, like, some real passion behind what they're saying and what they're telling. It's just, it's cool. It's nice. I'm glad people make characters, you know? But yeah, but I'm not sure with Squeeba if I want to do like a sorry. I'm not sure if I want to do like a comic or an animation or a video, or, you know, I'm not sure how I want to tell the story, let alone, like, I need to iron out the details of it. Yeah. Yeah, that can... Well, I think what happens a lot of times online is, like, it's the first place anyone's... or someone's found anyone who will listen to them. So you've got a mixture of the anonymity thing, the not being able to read the social cues of the people around very well, because, you know, it's online. And then I finally got a place, I'm gonna go off, and then they go off. So there can be a lot of that online. I know I try to default to assuming the best out of people where I can. I mean, sometimes I fail miserably at that, and I'm just like, oh, that's a terrible person that just did this thing to me, you know? But I try to think about where people are coming from, and I know for sure I've come from a place of like, oh snap, people actually are listening and caring about what I have to say, and don't realize that I've been annoying or overbearing, I guess, until I'm told. But yeah, it can be frustrating when people don't understand that, like, the basic, you know, take turns thing that applies in real life also applies on the internet. You know? I guess a lot of people never learned how to take turns, if I've learned anything from driving, just in general. Sorry, Brittany's texting me now, so I'm trying to not ignore her. That's cool. That's fun. I'm glad that there like are places for people to be able to talk about stuff like that, because there wasn't a Discord when I was growing up, and there was nowhere to talk about stuff like that, really, to talk about OCs, to geek out. So that's really cool that you've got like a whole community there that you can all talk to each other. That's awesome. I know, that just makes me happy that even exists in the world. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting really tired, so my word making part of the brain is not functioning 100%. I mean, it never really is functioning 100%, but usually a little better than this. I can feel myself getting just like really tired, and I still haven't eaten enough today either. I need to be better about that. I've got there's a word. Is it a character that they still made, or is it like a fan art type of situation? Because I know Brittany will all the time just be like, I'm bored. I know, thank you for sticking through it. We're almost done here. We've got just a couple details. It just was that mohawk that took so long to get right. But the more I look at it, the happier I am with how it's looking, so. Yeah, Brittany will do that a lot, where she's just like, I'm bored today, I'm just gonna draw, and she'll come up with this like really cool character that you could make an entire story around, but she's like, nope, they're not anyone, they're done. That's it. It's like, man, if I had the ability to just like come up with characters like that, they would all have like a million details around them, you know? But maybe that's why I can't come up with characters quickly or concepts quickly like that, is because I focus so much more on all of the other parts of it and not just the design. You know, I can't really make a character unless I've got a sad backstory ready to go. Right? I don't know. Some of my OCs are not especially happy. But I don't know. That's the thing too, is OCs are either a place where you're like, man, my life is terrible. I wish I wish I had a happy life. I'm gonna make this character who has a happy life and everything is great, and I'll just live vicariously through them. Or it's, man, my life's crap. I'm gonna make someone's life even crappier. Let's go, fictional character. Okay, I think I need to adjust this a little bit. because, yeah, you can't really see the grays, and there's some good detail in there I want to be visible. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think that's all the detail on that layer. Which means we're onto this gray layer here, which actually I think we can just alpha lock and go in this way. I've recently been, well, because I did the 7 OCs Everyone Has video on YouTube recently, and I brought up a bunch of my old OCs I hadn't thought about in forever, for the examples of these OC types, and it brought up all these old memories and these old stories that I haven't thought about in forever, and they're back. They're back, and I'm hyperfixating on these characters that I still don't really know what I'm doing with them, but boy howdy if they don't think it's time for their story to be told, you know? Let's get... Okay. I think we can alpha lock this one too. Doop. And I've also got a newer story that I have almost no details fleshed out on, but that's what I have felt like drawing for the last bit, and I don't even know what I'm doing with it. I don't know half the characters' names yet, but my brain says that's what I should be working on right now. My brain has no concept of prioritizing or anything. It's either you are not motivated to do anything, or you are immediately motivated to do this right now, and you will go crazy if you do not do this right now. quite. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Let's go with soft airbrush, but very small. Even smaller. Okay, bigger for this one. Okay, let's... Well, first of all, I think this needs to be a little darker. Just to make those really pop. And I think I still like the shape here, but I think my problem is color. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're done. Whew. Okay, there are the Starlight Express characters. Oh my gosh, that was... What time is it even? Oh, it's almost 8. Holy crap. That was almost a 5-hour stream. I knew it might be going in, though. I knew they were complicated characters when I set out to do it, but I'm really happy with how they look. I'm good. Okay. So that is Greaseball and Electra. Tomorrow we're gonna be drawing another OC tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay happy, get some food, get some sleep if you can. Yeah, bye.